good, everybody? It is Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. I am the coach, and this is your sports betting brand of record. We like to call it the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not even close. All of the odds on the Early Edge are presented by the king of all sports books, BetMGM. We have a brand new game today we're going to play. We'll have details in just a moment. Thank goodness that hashtag the crew came through last night because I stunk. If I have three X's next to my name, I'm not happy. We're a crew for a reason. AB coming through with the baseball. EC, that makes me feel good that EC lost a showdown to Buckets. And by the way, if you have any questions for Buckets, we got a little EFL action today. Put them into the chat because my man is up feeling good about himself. And, of course, Sniper's on the show, too. So, you know, Buckets is always going to show up for that. So, do not forget as well, we always have another show every weekday. There's two shows. Today, 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's our Week 6 NFL Mega Preview. All the odds there as they change every single day, powered by BetMGM, the Stoic One, RJ White, and the Maestro, Larry Harstein, and myself today. Do not miss it. Turn on your notifications. But you know, here at the Early Edge, we do everything different. This is the beginning of our week, Tuesdays. So I got to call up my absolute very best. And it's an embarrassment of riches. Bring in the stars of the show. You know them. You love them. Oh, Mikey B is here. The Sniper is here. The Counselor of Cash is here. But who gets the 15 seconds today? You know what? Sia, last night you had a first half with the Raiders. That was a good call. You get the 15 seconds today.
Yeah, don't sell me short, Coach. Not only did I have the first half, but I had the under, which came in very easily. Like, this was virtually a no sweat in the first half and in the second half. It was a 5-2 week for me in the NFL, which is pretty good. My one bad week was last weekend, so it was a nice bounce back from that. And it just goes to show, you know, you can have a bad week and you can rebound. So don't get fixated on a small sample size when one of the cappers has a bad week, because we're looking at longer sample sizes in the NFL this year so far, doing quite well. So are a lot of other people.
Great tout right there. That's how you take your 15 seconds. By the way, Dominic says, I love the under from the counselor last night. Sweat free. It was never in doubt. It was never in doubt. It's kind of one of those, as I like to say, ho-hum games, that if you have a bunch of overs, you were not happy, like myself. Right. But we had enough check marks to make it a good day. But let's focus on today. Because, gentlemen, I'm seeing three of the best baseball minds in the business. And I got two big playoff games I need to break down. Game number one, the Astros going on the road in Minnesota. The Twins, Sniper, they have been better in the playoffs. They're making us a believer. Yep. They're the favorites at minus 140, 4:07 p.m. Eastern time is the first pitch. Are we fading or following the Twins as a favorite?
I think I'm going to follow the Twins. I'm a little reluctant on this one because there's been already a little bit of funkiness in the playoffs, and it just feels like Sonny Gray going on the Twins. Maybe it's time to be a contrarian and go with the Astros. They are the better team. They're so much better on the road than at home this year. That was why I was reluctant. Christian Javier on the mound. He was terrible on the road this season for the Astros, but he actually threw really well last time out on the road against the Diamondbacks, who, by the way, look amazing right now. I am going to go with the Twins. Sonny Gray's better, but I'm reluctant on that one because I just feel like maybe the Astros offense can get to Sonny Gray.
I agree with you. By the way, Jason said, after Coach said the three best minds, Matt looked around like, oh, crap, am I getting replaced? Sniper.
As I said in the chat, when Buckets booed me, the booze feed me. Bring it on.
The booze feed me. If we ever get this merch store up, my goodness, it feeds me. I may steal that, Sniper. The booze feed me. Counselor, you don't get booed very often, but last night, my goodness, did you cut a promo on somebody in the chat? And I'm here for it. Sniper, it would have made you proud.
Sounds like it. I'm always proud to see it, though. I mean, come on. How could you not be?
Are we fading or following the Twins today?
Yeah, I think I'm going to fade them. I like in situations like this, I really do think there's value in being contrarian. And I would say this for both games here. I mean, everybody's down on the Houston Astros. And Sniper said it, like, you know, this has been a very funky playoffs. And whatever seems predictable ends up being quite unpredictable. So Christian Javier, speaking of unpredictability, like, he is really, I mean, he's either really good or he's really bad. I don't know how else to say it. I'm kind of counting on him, again, being contrarian. I think I got a 50-50 shot of him being kind of decent. I know Sonny Gray is pretty great, but the reality is I'm getting plus 115 for Christian Javier, who can be good. And certainly I still trust the bats of Houston long-term more than I do the Minnesota Twins bats. So I'm going to lean towards the Houston Astros plus 115.
All right. So far, we got two leaning to the Astros. Mikey B, my man, how do you see this game?
Yeah, I don't feel great about this one either, but I will follow and lean towards the Twins. And the main reason being, like the guys were talking about, Christian Javier, he was really bad this season. And one of the reasons why his ERA went up so much is that his strikeout rate declined by 10 percentage points. That's huge. It caused him a lot of problems. And Sonny Gray has been great at home, 2.67 ERA at home. And when he did face the Astros in Minnesota earlier this season, he allowed 1 run and had 13 strikeouts over 7 innings. So I'll do a slight lean towards the Twins.
Wow. 13 strikeouts against the Astros earlier this season. Something to really think about today. So as a show, we're going to go with the Astros because it's 2-1. But Mikey B, you're making me think. Now, game number 2. And this one's a little surprising. It's 2-0 Rangers as they go back home. They took the first 2 from Baltimore after Baltimore won over 100 games this year. What's going on with Baltimore and the LA Dodgers? What's going on? Show up. Let's go. But today, Sniper, the Rangers are minus 135 favorites. The game, first pitch, 8:03 p.m. Eastern time. Are the Rangers going to lock it up tonight?
I'm going to follow. Yes, I do. I think that they're going to get it. I think they're going to get it done. They're so hot right now, and we've seen it throughout the year. The Rangers go really hot and really cold. Now, the problem with that is sometimes they go really cold without notice, and so it might happen right now. But Eovaldi looked great against the Rays last time out. So he looked more like first half Eovaldi, which means him going at home, they get the pitching matchup advantage over Dean Kramer on the Orioles side. The Rangers are much better at home than they are on the road. So after winning those 4 road playoff games, has to be a sight for sore eyes for the offense to come home to Globe Life Field where they've hit well all season long. I love the Rangers offense in this one. Oh, wait, is that a spoiler? I'm following the Rangers.
The man is teasing himself. My goodness. And by the way, isn't this a case, Sniper, of how sports books and really kind of fans, they look at the beginning of the season, and you just said it. Instead, like Dean Kramer, he was great for the first 3 or 4 months, not so much the last month or 2, and Eovaldi's been just the opposite. Don't you feel that way?
Yeah, Eovaldi's a better bet right now. I wonder if it's because if the line is close here, it's because the Orioles haven't been swept since May of 2022. And a lot of people are thinking, okay, they're not going to get swept here in 3 games. And also that they're a really good road team. Actually, their road record is better than the Rangers' home record. If you wanted to think about the Orioles, you could use those 2 things.
Wow. Look at those nuggets, counselor. Now, I know you're going to keep me straight. How are you leaning in this game?
Well, so here's the thing. Eovaldi's a good pitcher, and he was great against the Rays, but the 4 starts prior to that, which all of this would have happened in the last 3 to 4 weeks, 16 2/3, 18 hits, and 17 runs. So, I mean, if there's any pitcher that's going to be susceptible to the Orioles, it very well could be Eovaldi. Dean Kramer, not very good. You're right. I mean, he's been okay. I mean, he's limited hits and runs over the last month, but expected ERA, things like that, it doesn't look great for Dean Kramer, especially against a 1-9 in Texas that's so good. But again, expect the unexpected. This Orioles team matches up pretty well with the Rangers. And from a bats standpoint, I like runs in this game. And so teasing Sniper's play later, I think that's probably also a good play. I think the total of 9 is a good play. But I think the Orioles are going to match up with Texas pretty well tonight. I think Eovaldi could get roughed up. So I'm going to lean towards the Orioles, and that is a kind of a tease to my play later on in this.
Look at you two. I'm so proud of you guys. Look at you two. Now, Mikey B, they bring up a good point that sometimes if you see the pitching as a wash, you lean into the better hitting team, but both have really good offenses here. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm following the Rangers, and I've already made this one of my plays on SportsLine this morning. I really like this matchup for them because left-handed hitters have hit very well against Dean Kramer. They have a .467 slugging percentage and a .349 weighted on base against him. Who do the Rangers have? Corey Seager, Nathan Lowe, Evan Carter. They have some dangerous left-handed hitters here. And also with Eovaldi, he has performed very well in the playoffs. For his career, which is just under 50 innings in the playoffs, he has a 2.90 ERA and a 0.97 WHIP. So I'm on the Rangers for this one, Coach.
Does anybody remember that Marathon World Series game that took 18 innings in Dodger Stadium?
Yes.
Red Sox, Dodgers. Evaldi's the one who pitched forever in extra innings for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
He's
been a clutch pitcher in the playoffs.
He's got guts. Look at all those Chick-fil-A nuggets on a Tuesday morning. Solid. So as a show, we're going to go Rangers and we're going to go Astros. That's going to be the show consensus. Astros and the Rangers. Now, I've been waiting for this because I told you we're going to have a lot of fun things going on between us and BetMGM. You know, here at the Early Edge, we love to have a good time. We love to play games. So today, we're introducing a brand new game just for you. Do not forget to compete every single week during the football season for your chance to win some great prizes. Juke, stiff arm, spin your way into the end zone. If you get past the defender, you will receive one of the following prizes: a parlay boost token. That's for EC. Bonus spins, casino bonus, odds boost token, same game parlay insurance token, or a bonus bet. So many ways to win. So here's what you do. Log into the BetMGM Sportsbook app on iOS or Android. Play the BetMGM 8-bit berry up to once daily between Thursday and Monday between today and January 7th, 2024. Play as Hall of Famer Barry Sanders and choose to spin, stiff arm, or juke. If Barry scores a touchdown, you win. It's simply that easy. All prizes must be used on NFL betting markets and expires in 24 hours. It's a little boost for you. Go and play. It takes like 15 seconds, and we have so much more coming. Now, as you know, all four of my guys, including myself, we're everywhere, including here.
We need the sports news anywhere.
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
Now, Bradley, he's one of our OGs, so I don't want to be too hard on him. He says, Coach, that promo never works. I've been trying and trying. That's literally the first time we've ever done it on the show right there. So you couldn't have tried it before. Now, if you're trying for the other one, you're clearly doing something wrong, Bradley. We literally signed up over 1,000. It's a lot of people. And only a couple of you, which means you're probably hitting the wrong button. Take a look. I'm not saying you are, but you're only a couple have said it hasn't worked. All right, now, gentlemen, we're starting our week, and we got to start our week off right with a banger of a day. So this is one of the 50 days of football as well, 50 straight. We'll have picks on that in a second. But first, Mikey B. I love it when I've got a couple of props that I could have gotten over an hour ago if I was a SportsLine member. Start us off, sir.
All right, so I've got two plays today. They're both player props, and they're both plus odds, so it doesn't get any better than that. So first, we're going to go Corey Seager over half a walk at plus 140. He had 2 walks in game 1, 5 walks in game 2. He's walked at least one time in all 4 of the Rangers playoffs games during the regular season. He had a walk rate of 9.1%. And Dean Kramer has had some issues with control. He's issued at least 2 walks in 21 of his 32 starts during the regular season. With how well lefties have performed against him, which we talked about earlier, I think he's going to be very careful with Seager, and we get at least 1 walk there. And then we're going to do Evan Carter also over half a walk at plus 105. Just like Seager, he has at least 1 walk in all 4 of the Rangers playoff games. Just like Seager, he's left-handed. He never had a walk rate below 10.3% in any of his stops in the minor leagues. Now, this season at AA, he had a 16% walk rate. Called up to the majors over 23 games, 16% walk rate. Both of these are at plus odds, Coach. I can't resist.
You can't beat that. Boy, I love it. Corey Seager, they don't want to pitch to him. They do not want to pitch to him.
No.
Guess what? I think I'm going to go next, and I need a bounce back after my 0-3 day yesterday. Although somebody in the chat did try to make me feel better. I did have the Raiders on the money line, CBS Sports HQ. I know I just hit over 6% this week, but I can't look back. I've got to look forward, and tonight there are 3 college football games on the slate. I'm going to go La Tech plus 3 over MTSU. That's Middle Tennessee State. The last 3 weeks, they've allowed 45, 31, 31. Their defense stinks. They got blown out last week by Jacksonville State. So we're going to go La Tech getting the 3 points. Then, speaking of Jacksonville State, I love them and Liberty over 55.5 by the point down below 56. That's a very important number when you're talking overs and unders. You're only paying an extra 10 cents. Now, for this to hit, Liberty has to score because Jacksonville State, they score all the time. 3 of the last 5, 45, 35, 49, but they need Liberty to score tonight, too, and I believe that will happen over 55.5. There's also a third game, Coastal Carolina, Appalachian State. You can get all the sims for that game if you are a SportsLine member. Now, as many of you know, we cover everything on all the different CBS platforms. And to think that on CBS, a place that you can't be weak to walk into that room, what am I talking about, Snake?
CBS Sports Network goes all in with the World Series of Poker. We're talking a full house of characters in a competition flush with cash. The World Series of Poker on CBS Sports Network.
Wednesday at 7 Eastern time. I bet it's fun to play in the World Series of Poker. I have a yes, counselor.
Oh, if I may, I can just tell you objectively that it is fun. 2018, I entered the World Series of Poker main event, coach. You might not know this. Mikey B, Sniper, just another thing, just kind of to add to the resume here. I cashed in the 2018 World Series of Poker main event. Wow. My first and only time playing, made it to day 4, had some incredible hands, some incredible swings. It was quite the experience.
That a boy.
Are you serious?
Oh, that's
awesome.
Wow. I played in one. It was the 1500 event, and I got knocked out in 22 minutes. Pocket aces. Some idiot stayed in and drew a 4 with pocket 4s on the river. So I got beat with pocket 4s over pocket aces.
I have a story that'll make
different experiences. But
I have a story that'll make you weep, coach, about a full boat over full boat that I lost for about a $300,000 chip pot, which would have put me in. There was probably 6,000 people left in the tournament, maybe 5,000 left. It would have put me maybe in the top 100, and I lost it boat over
wow,
boat.
The top 100. I know how much that pays. Ooh. All right, my story goes back in the closet because nothing compared to that. That's well done, which means I've got to feed right back into the counselor because we go from World Series of Poker counselor to first 5 counselor, which is, well, I think the chat thinks first 5 Sia is the best Sia. I don't know. I like a lot of them. You're up.
Fair enough. What's really interesting about first 5 Sia today is I'm actually bucking something that I was on the first half of the season. Everybody knows it's been following my first 5s. It was the Texas Rangers that I was following. I mean, almost on a daily basis, it seemed like, and we were cashing so much with the Texas Rangers. They started to slump. We were kind of off of them, and now they're back. But here's the thing. I'm going with Orioles first 5 plus a half. Again, this is a first 5 plus a half at -114. I will say this before I get into my pick. I like runs in this game, and I know Sniper has something with respect to runs with the Rangers, perhaps. I think the first 5 total, 4.5 over, actually makes sense. I think the total of 9 makes sense here too. But my play is really going to be a value play. I think most of the market is on the Rangers for good reason. 1 through 9, this is a very good team. But I think Eovaldi can be exposed here, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if this is a 2-2, 3-2 game. Maybe Orioles are winning after 5, or maybe it's a tie game. If so, we win this bet because of the plus a half run. Eovaldi, great against Tampa, not so great prior to that. I do think he can get exposed against the Orioles. Now, Dean Kramer, I don't have a ton of faith in, but he has been good limiting hits and runs. And again, this is more of a value play. This is not a comfort play for me at all. But when most of the market has already decided that the Orioles are done, I know I'm getting value on the Orioles. Now I get to add a half a run at regular juice. That's just the play I'm typically going to make with a team that I do think matches up pretty well, both pitching tonight and with the bats.
I'll ask you all one very simple question after that 90 seconds. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Now, many of you in the chat are asking about hockey as the season gets underway today. And we told you yesterday that we have a brand new hockey capper starting at SportsLine. Now, will they appear on the early edge? I don't know. But remember, we are just a kind of a liaison to SportsLine. And if you want hockey plays and hockey sims, well, guess what? Just become a member. And I'll do you a solid right here, right now. The quarterly plan. Don't tweet me and say, Coach, it didn't work. There's 3 little circles. Hit the quarterly plan, the 3-month plan, 60% off. Use a promo code COACH, QR code, or sportsline.com/join. Then after that, you'll be playing with house money. I tell you all the time, it's the best value. And our universe is growing so rapidly. Come be a part of what we're doing. By the way, somebody in the chat says, how come there's no expert picks on the 3rd game tonight? Well, because it's 10:21 in the morning. A lot of cappers don't make their picks till later. That's why we're called the early edge. But guess what? I'm going to go behind the curtain right now. And our sims, according to SportsLine, because I'm a member, 34-32. So the over is the play according to our simulations, and Coastal Carolina +6 is the play. Just a little bonus for you right there. Now, look at the look on the sniper's face right now. That is the look of a man that if you stand in front of him and you question his baseball picks, he will walk right past you because it doesn't affect him one single second. He is the sniper for a reason, and this is his spot. Sniper, floor is yours.
Thank you, Coach. I've got ice water in my veins, much like Jimmy Chitwood as I rock the Hickory sweatshirt here. So when you look for me for the plays, I'm going to look down for a second, then look back up and say, I'll make it. So we're going to start with the Twins Astros in Minnesota. Jose Altuve, my man Jose, fellow little man, he has been hitting the ball really, really well all the season basically, but mostly after he got back from injury. Overall this season, he has averaged 2.66 hits plus runs plus RBIs per game. In the playoffs so far, 3 for 8 with a home run. He started that series off with a home run in the bottom of the first. So I'm on one of my favorites, over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBI, and it's only minus 105. So I really like this spot. I think most people think Sonny Gray is just going to totally dominate the game, and he very well might. I just have a feeling the Astros bats are going to wake up in this one. So I like Jose. If you want a little more on that, career 348 hitter in target field is Mr. Altuve. Ooh. Also on the road this season, 349 with a 630 slugging percentage. Also in his career against Sonny Gray, 17 for 35. Really like Jose tonight. Also, I mentioned earlier, I like the Rangers offense in this one. I'm over 4.5 runs on the team total here. They hit 22 points better in batting average at home. OPS, 107 points better at home. They hit 90 road home runs this season at home. They hit 143. They love hitting at home. I don't think Dean Kramer, who is basically a marginal average-ish type starting pitcher, I don't think he's going to hold them down. But even if he does, maybe 2 times through the order, the Orioles bullpen right now is really thin. The Rangers are going to hit the ball. It's only a matter of if the Orioles out-hit them. They very well might. Also, I wanted to point out that on CBSSports.com, I do have these 2 plays up for free. I've been doing at least one prop for every single game in the playoffs. I'm 11-7 so far, so we're doing well. We're going to get better as the postseason wears on.
But you grind and you keep your head down and you stay focused day to day, correct, Sniper?
Absolutely. That's what we do here for you.
For all of you at home. We're a crew for a reason. I have the best crew in the business, bar none. Couple little housekeeping things. Our man Ben Horner, he's been on the show today. He says, y'all, as NHL gets going, remember most hockey cappers will wait until after morning skate to get their picks in. So don't tweet me and say, Coach, where are the NHL picks at SportsLine? Wait till after morning skate. Usually it's around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. in the morning. Also, JJ says SportsLine app rocks. So much good data. All about the research, Coach. You're damn right. Hashtag educate and entertain. Knowledge is power. Do the work. We lead you to the water. We're not going to help you drink. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Now, grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of my man, the Snake, always on the 1s and the 2s doing work. First 5C is on the Orioles tonight, +0.5, meaning if it's a tie ball game or the Orioles are in front, we cash. Mikey B, Corey Seager, he's only going to get 1 walk. Nobody wants to pitch this guy. Then Adam Carter, same deal, over 0.5 walk. +105. Then the Sniper, 2 big plays. Jose Altuve, 348 at target field. Sign me up. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Rangers team total, which means if you're new to baseball betting, if they score 5, we cash. Then if you're going to cash with me, it's going to be these 2 college football games tonight. Louisiana Tech +3. Then Jacksonville State Liberty over 55.5. Buying either a half, depending on what your book has, or a full point down below a 56, which is a very important number. Just like 3, 7, and 10, there are important numbers in totals as well. Do not forget, later today, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, myself, the Stoic One, and the Maestro, Larry Harstein, with our Week 6 NFL Mega Preview. We break down every single game on the slate, and if the guys really like a game, they'll give out a best bet on a Tuesday and then see how that number moves throughout the week. Pay it forward. Be kind to one another. You have any friends that want to be a part of something, that want to feel included, not talked down to? Bring them here. The water's warm. We want everybody. With all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Ryan Tiger, the ball. Counselor, Sniper, Mikey B, of course, the snake, making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we can win with you. Let's go. It's what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.